It's been thrown around before, most recently in California. That's the idea of banning tackle football for kids under 12. Just last week, California's governor put that idea to bed when he said he would not sign any law that would sideline this sport for kids. So, how might that play out here in Ohio? We're going beyond the game to find out. We welcome 21 Sports reporter Brittany Bissell. Hey, Brittany, what did you find out when you looked into this?
Well, Lindsay, you know how the Northeast Ohio region and the Valley love their football, so it's no surprise that after talking to a local legislator, coach, and physician, that a ban on tackle football for kids would be a hard sell.
Red 18, hit it.
Brandon Dragic has been coaching youth football in Austintown for 6 years. He says this past season's roster had the highest number of kids playing the sport.
As long as you have the right coaches in place to teach the fundamentals, keeping your head up, to tackle right, how to run the football, every kid could walk at the end of the game with just a minor bumps and bruises.
A 2021 CDC study showed youth tackle football athletes experienced a median of 378 head impacts per athlete during the season. But what about the concern for concussions? One local physician says they're able to treat concussions better than they ever have before.
You know, as far as the long-term effects, there is not yet, anything linking, anybody who plays high school or below football, that says they're going to have long-term problems. You hear about some of these things that, frankly, have been sensationalized a little bit, whether that's Parkinson's, dementia, gosh, I hate to even mention it, is CTE. But as of right now, linking that to just football is a little bit of a stretch as of yet.
Is it a stretch to think Ohio lawmakers will consider the move to ban tackle football for kids?
We have no intention right now or in the future of putting government involved in reducing who can play and how they can play and for our youth. I would never support removing tackle football. That's a parental right. If a parent thinks that that's the best option for sports for their child, they can do that. If they want to continue on doing flag football or something like that, that's their prerogative. But as far as tinkering with football and removing tackle football, I would never support that, and I don't think my colleagues, even across the aisle, would either.
Liebig goes on to say there's been huge strides in rule changes to make football safer and evaluating concussions.
Basically, football has never been safer. So to come in and have a rule change that is going to, again, fundamentally change the game, that it's getting a little further, I think, than what the research backs up. The idea of picking a number arbitrarily and then ultimately making decisions based on research that hasn't kept up, I think, with that law being proposed or with the idea that football is unsafe at that age. That's just getting a little bit over their skis a little bit.
So, Lindsay, ultimately those that I spoke with feel that the decision to allow children to play tackle football should be left up to each individual family, and it's just important to keep in mind that there are other options such as flag football for those who do have concerns.
Yeah, definitely. It sounds like they're going to leave it up to parents. If they've, like you said, got that hesitation, maybe they weigh their options, but they said the game's never been safer. They're doing a lot of things to make precautions and keep kids safe like they can.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, welcome to 21 News at 5. Brittany is definitely going to be here more often as well. You're going to share more of these beyond the game reports. We're so happy to have you here.
I'm excited to be
here.
here.
A lot of discussion. The parents after the games at practice, we discuss these things, so this will be great to have you.
All right, looking forward to it.
Me too.